This is my trade for the day. 2,400. It was like 2,600, but I gave back like over $1,000. And remember, this is paper trading. This is solely for me. I do this for myself so that I can learn. I don't do it for anybody else. I hope that beginners don't see this because I'm still improving and I don't want to give them the wrong information. But yesterday I traded this stock and uh, I was doing well. I was up. I think I can't remember. I got to look at my video, but I think I was up on this stock and yeah, I was up. I shorted it. Shorted it nicely. Uh, Tried to cover it. Internet went out. My orders weren't executing. I tried adding. Uh, it kept going against me and just kept pushing up. And I just stayed stubborn the whole time. And I went out. Yesterday I had like a $2,000 loss, and I was able to recover that and make it $1,000 loss. Instead, I could have um, made it a probably a $2,000 gain after trading it, but um, I didn't follow my rules, so I took a loss. But today, um, I didn't even want to wake up this morning. Um, I went to sleep around like 4 or 5 o'clock. Still in the hospital. They finally let me outside to get some fresh air, so I'm sitting outside. But I shorted this stock like where am I? How you doing? Um, I got in at shit. I don't even know what price I got in at, but I got in right here. So it's the high. Yeah, I can remember now. It was the high 28s, close to 29, and I just shorted, and I think I shorted first thing as I woke up. Yeah, as soon as I woke up, I looked at it. I saw that it was, um, it had uptrended to 32 after hours. And I should have got when I was trying to stay in, but I got impatient. Um, it went from uh, where I was trying to get out at to like an additional $2 yesterday, and then today, you just as you see in pre-market and yesterday after hours, it was just downtrending. Excuse me. So if I had woke up earlier um, to watch this, I could have made a large amount. So as I saw when I woke up that it came crashing down like this and it was at 29, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna short this shit. Not only that, they had came out with some news. I'm gonna show you here. And if my voice sounds a little weird, I don't have my headphones in, so I can't use the proper microphone. Um, I might have to do this video again, but fuck it. Um, if you look here, well, I was looking to see for any news because I'm like, why is it going red on the day? I knew they're gonna do some kind of offering, and basically, and when I was looking yesterday, there was no offering. I couldn't find anything, but they already had one um, from a while ago. I just couldn't find it. So as I'm looking here, something about a refinancing. The Wendy's company announced refinancing transaction. So that caught my attention immediately, and I'm like, "Yup, they're doing an offering. Yup, um, they got 155 million flow. Um, I couldn't find any. I couldn't find any offerings of 424B, but um, I could look at the chart and see the manipulation in the chart. Um, and every company does it. You have to do it in the stock market. That's the thing. Especially companies without any products, you really have to. They really have to make money off of is dumping shares. So as you can see here, this is clearly an offering. But as I've been studying the SEC filings, and when you scroll down, they say what they're going to do. Um, and this today announced the Wendy's company today announced this a certain of its subsidiaries. I don't even know how to read this shit. I don't know what majority of this means, but I know what's happening. And they're refinancing a transaction. And as I read through here, all right here, I see Class A somewhere. Class A, and I seen Convert somewhere. I don't know if it was in the press release or the 8K, but I seen conversion. And once I saw Class A notes, notes are shares, so I already know what they're doing. They're gonna dump no matter what. And as you can see here, they're dumping. And first thing I did was I'm like, okay, let me short. I didn't even think about my risk honestly, which was bad because it just wasn't on my mind. Um, uh, because I knew it was just gonna come down, and as I shorted, I didn't realize I shorted near red to green. I chased it and I got in without even thinking, but I wasn't wrong for that. And I got in with the 1,400 shares that I had used yesterday because that's more of a realistic amount pertaining to my account. So red to green was like just below. It was like 28.87, and it pushed up to close to 29.20, which was the highest point of this consolidation area right here. And as pre-market or market opened, you can see here market opened. Uh, it didn't break past this consolidation area, the highest point of this consolidation area. So I stayed in and I continued shorting. Um, as it crashed, I just saw the dollars just roll in and roll in, and I didn't want honestly. I didn't want this to be like a uh, repeated repeat of yesterday, where I don't get in near the bottom and it bounces and it just goes up. So I decided to cover pretty early. So I was watching it, and this I can explain it better here. But I was watching it, and it was breaking levels. But I'm like, okay, what level do I cover at? And I'm like, okay, let's see if it's gonna go under 27. And it went under 27. It went to 27. Like 27.90 to 27, 26.90, 26.88, and it just popped right back up. So I guess uh, shorts had their cover order at the whole dollar mark, um, ready to get out. So um, I couldn't get out right here, and it just started pushing up right here, and I was just like, all right, fuck it, I gotta weigh this out, and I gotta be smart. Now this is making me uncomfortable with the with the with me shorting. Sorry, mosquitoes are biting me. It's Florida, baby. It's Florida. But yeah, and then it pushed up, and I'm just sitting patient the whole time, trying to see where it's gonna go, trying to be smart about it. I had to remind myself, hey, you're still up on your trade, but in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking about the loss of yesterday, which I shouldn't be thinking about. Um, I should be thinking about the trade now, not I'm trying to make my gains back from yesterday and some, and then I'm trying to make gains back from last week. All that was processing through my mind, um, and that was the wrong mindset, honestly, because I'm not. I shouldn't be trading based off of past uh, losses. I should be trading the trade now, not thinking about losses before or gains before. I can use the chart pattern to my advantage, but trying to make back losses is just a losing game. You're gonna end up losing more. So I had to try to fight that off, and it was tough to fight that off mentally because whenever you're trading, it's a consistent battle between yourself and yourself. It's really a mind thing. To be disciplined. It's not after a while the technical analysis stuff is not as much. It's 50-50 technical analysis and psychological, but at this point in my stage, it's mostly psychology for me. I have to be disciplined. I can't get greedy. I gotta fight myself constantly, and every time I fight myself, I improve little by little. It could be a lot, it can be a little bit, but no matter what, I'm improving, whether it's a loss or a gain. So I sat and I let it ride, and I let it ride after the bounce, and I covered here, and then I covered here. I was up 2,500 in like I think 68, 2568, and I'm like, okay, will it give me what happened yesterday? And Um, I was challenging that, and I'm like, let's see. And I decided, okay, I'm like, if it's gonna spike up like it did yesterday, I'm gonna go long. But see where I fucked up at was, um, I chased it first, and then I looked at the time. I longed it way too early, but I was thinking, okay, uh, first morning, what is it called? What does Tim Bowen call it? 9:45 dip and rip. I'm trying to 9:45 dip and rip this shit, but I'm like, yo, it's not a first green day. It doesn't have any. It has a major offering above it. You know they're dumping, and you don't know the strategy. So why are you trying to do it? Um, so uh, the 9:45 dip and rip was a big mistake. I was wrong for doing it, or even trying to go long here, but I did it anyway, and I got burnt on it. I ended up losing 60 cents per share, which gave back what almost $1,000. I went from 2568 to uh, I think $18,000. I mean $1,800 for the day, and I was kind of upset with myself. I did not want to give back $600 for the day. Um, and then I'm like, okay, let's be more disciplined. And this was a better long, honestly. Um, I longed it here, somewhere here, closer to the bottom. After going long here, because I covered here, went long here, sold here for a loss, and then I went long again closer to the bottom, and it pushed up. And I was right for that, you know. It wasn't. I was still wrong for trying to do the 9:45 dip and rip, or just going long period. But it was a better long because my my uh, my risk was much more tighter, and I was up almost the 60 cents that I lost. But I thought it was going to push up even higher, so I held on. And I'm like, okay, let's see what's up. And it didn't, and it started pulling back, pulling back. As you can see here, clearly, a pull back, and I'm like, before you see from all of this fade right here, I was thinking maybe it's gonna pull back a little bit and then bounce and go up. But it didn't give me that. But I had to be disciplined and stick to my risk. Yeah, I could have covered or sold early, but I was trying to play the chart, not my emotions or fears. But honestly, it turned out to be better for me to cover, or to sell um, when it broke past this high point. So it kept fading, fading, and then I'm using stop limit orders way more now than before because I realized stop limit orders are like the best thing for me. So um, uh, I covered here. I mean, I sold here, and then I just switched sides. I realized, I was wrong. What twice, but one and a half times. I was wrong on this trade, wrong on the first long. I was right on the second long, but I just didn't take gains. But I realized I was wrong, and it's gonna keep fading. I don't know how much more, but I'm gonna short it and see what's up. The trend kept saying fading, 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 and then it bounced here, and I took my short here when it broke the lower day, and the trend just kept saying fade, fade, fade. So I just kept playing it, and then it had these little perk ups, and I'm like, okay, I already know what that is. That's shorts covering. Shorts are covering on these little perks right here. Perks right here, perks right here, all right here. Shorts are covering. Shorts are covering here, they're covering all through it, but that green is, more of aggressive cover to the point that the candlestick for that period is green. So they're covering all through here, and in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I got to get out at some point because it's gonna bounce. And thankfully, I think on the last uh, uh, green candlestick where it perks up, either this one or this one, I covered at like uh, 25.85. I covered thankfully because now it's bouncing, and I made back roughly. I got in my second short, which was like lower day right here, which is not smart to be shorting lower day, but I saw that it could fall some more. But my second short was 26.49, and I got out at 25.68, 85, 25.85. So that's about a 55 cent difference, and I ended up giving back 75 cents. So I ended up losing only 20 cents for the day, not including commissions. Um, but I'm glad I was able to make back some of what I lost um, for today, and I'm glad I think I'm up on the week for today. Uh, but more importantly, is like um, it's just like I feel like I need to be more disciplined. I could have This could have been a better trade um, if I didn't do the first long and I wasn't chasing, and I just waited for it to give me a second opportunity. That second long was it, and I longed it here. I could have did this, probably lost on that, but I would have lost only 13 cents here. And then when I decided to short here, I would have been up even more. I would have made back my 13 cent and more. So it could have been like an additional, uh, it could have been additional, probably $1,000. I could have been $3,500 in. But the chasing, uh, the chasing and trading a strategy that you not really know, but it's pretty simple. If I would have just killed the chasing out, it would have been good because the biggest mistake I made was the chasing. So yeah, bro. But other than that, it was a great trade. I could have done much better. The gains are 2,400, 24, um, $2,408, and I'm really happy and satisfied with that. Um, uh, Honestly, this might continue to go down. Um, I don't really know. I'm trying to talk as long as I can, so I don't go back inside that damn room. This hospital is driving me crazy. But it's a great hospital, but I've just been inside for too long. But honestly, like uh, this refinancing thing was perfect uh, for a lot of shorts, and they did an article saying that Wendy's soared because, and I used to work for Wendy's too, which is crazy. But Wendy's soared because short sellers had to cover. Um, um, but by them putting out this right here, it only made it worse for themselves. So it's a big W for me, no matter what. Um, and I know a lot of shorts saw this article and started shorting, but I'm so glad that I'm able to see when they're manipulating the company before the article comes out, or before I even see the article. I'm glad I'm able to see it in the in the in the chart because it gives me such a great opportunity. So I'm really proud of myself overall. I think that's about it. The only areas I need to improve on is just chasing, um, improving on emotional trades, and another thing that I need to improve on is, or I need to go watch is the video in regards to the video in regards to Randall Howell. Um, I forgot what I wrote, but I know I need to improve on um, giving back my gains. That's a big issue that I have, and I really want to improve on it. That's all I got to say. Thank you.